Well, I live in LA, so I like the Rams. Okay. You know, don't ever mention the Patriots to me in my lifetime.
That's his team.
That's your team. Huh? Oh my God! Okay.
We can't start off.
No,
we can't start an interview.
We can't start it. We have to throw
it's
down.
Hard, but
they got caught cheating 3 times, man. 3 times they got caught cheating.
And all fairness to you guys, y'all had an injured running back. You lost your security blanket receiver. They're injured.
Yeah,
you know, it was a hard.
But you know, I gotta give
it's a sport.
The Patriots are good. They're good. They have good coaching, and Brady is as long as he can have those soft balls he's throwing, you know. He got those squishy balls, you know. I mean,
he has one more year, and the league is going to be going through LA for a long time, or at least the West Coast.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I mean, he can't last forever, right? Yeah.
Well, let's start this off right. This is not Jared, I'm Sam, and that's Team JVS, and we're going to interview the legendary Beau Billingslea. How's it going today?
I'm doing great. Good to see everybody.
So take some time. We're at Blerdcon 2019, and it's a pleasure for you to make it over to the Washington, D.C. area. Before we start, talked a little bit about football, so we'll just put it on the table that he's a Rams fan. Rams expected to have a really good year, so we're not going to trash talk. You know,
right.
Brady's washed up, so this is
right. We're not going to trash talk.
We'll see.
Patriots. We're not going to.
He's been washed up before. There was an ACL tear many moons ago, but we'll let it go.
Okay.
We'll let it go.
I will start off by just saying, everybody, I think your one of your biggest roles everyone knows about is obviously, and you're wearing the shirt is Jet Black. Cowboy Bebop, one of the best animes of all time. And I guess I want to know, like, how much of your personality and character is really in that character? Like, how much of you is that character?
A lot, because that's one of the reasons I love Jet so much, because, you know, I have 2 children, a son and a daughter, and they got involved in their mishaps, you know, not as bad as Spike and Faye, but there was as an actor, you're always trying to find what in you mixes with the character, you know, and I mix very well. Beau mixed very well with Jet and his role on the Bebop, and you know, I like to tell people the story that years ago we used to use paper. You know, you remember what paper looks like?
Yeah.
so we would go in the booth and the script was on paper, and when you're dubbing anime, you're in the booth alone, right? Not everybody together. And so I remember one time Steve left a note in the script. He said, "Hey Beau, Jet sucks." So I said, "Oh, okay, this is how this is gonna go. All right." So I went further in the script and I wrote a note. Hey Steve, Spike sucks, and the Bebop's my ship. But we had a lot of fun voicing Cowboy Bebop, and we've become a family. You know, I mean, we have a text conversation that's open-ended.
Yeah. We
were just texting this past week a bit about the Netflix live-action show. So it's been made a significant contribution to my life, especially with the convention culture.
Yeah,
you know, there's so many people enjoy around the world, and with social media, I'm in contact with fans around the world, and all of the wonderful things that they've said about Cowboy Bebop, and how it's had a positive effect on their lives.
Yeah,
you know, that's the thing that hits you.
Yeah,
you know, you say, well, there. So many times I heard the story that some woman was going through hard times in their life, and a friend introduced them to Cowboy Bebop, and it eased their pain a bit and helped them get through that period of their life that was hard for them.
Yeah. That's legendary. Like it's an issue when you can make an impact and it's timeless. And again, I mean, Cowboy Bebop was, I can't even think what year it started, but here we are, 2019, and overly still relevant. Obviously, you brought up the Netflix thing. When Netflix does projects like this, and we've spoken to other voice actors who obviously had live action adaptations made on Netflix. Has Netflix or any of their actors consulted with you guys about the passion and feeling some of these characters?
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, you see the fans, we're here to see you, obviously, and this is coming from the anime. And there's a connect here. Like I said, the show is timeless and everyone's still overly invested. Do you feel at all that hurts the legacy at any bit, considering that they're taking something that's been so prestigious for so time, and they're making it. Sure, it's happening, but the heart's not in it. So do you think that at all taints the legacy?
Well, you know, I don't know. We have to wait and see to see what the product is that they put out.
Yeah.
And Watanabe, from what I understand, is a technical advisor on the show. So it's his baby. So I'm assuming that he's going to try to be as true to his vision as as possible. You know, because the people who bring the money to the table, they have the final say.
Yeah.
But you know, it's I wish them a lot of success, and I hope that they are true to the legacy of Cowboy Bebop, and you know, like that. I don't wish them ill will at all, and I just want to wait to see what the product is. I don't want to. I appreciate the fans having the attitudes that they have, because it's something that is ingrained in their childhood. So many of them, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't want it to be spoiled.
That's
that
it.
image to be spoiled.
That's
so. Live action, I don't know how much the actor who portrays Jet is going to look like Jet. I assume they're going to do their best, and with the hair and the eye and the arm and all of that. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah, it's just wait to see what the product is.
Right.
And I mean, people might be blown away. They might say, "That's awesome."
Yeah.
Hopefully, that would be the case. But the history of anime being converted into live action hasn't been that great.
Exactly. Now they're on the same table.
Yeah.
Go for it, Sam.
So one thing I noticed about you is I did a little bit of research. You have, I believe you have a master's degree or a graduate degree of some kind in football. You've done a lot, from all over the place, voice acting, stage acting, just the works. How does that help you to prepare for a new role? Do you have any? How do you really? And beyond that, I think we see that same level of versatility and adaptability in the roles that you take, from Naruto with A to being
Digimon.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
The Wizards of
Ogremon.
New Place, you know, like everything. How do you prepare for your roles?
Well, any role you play or you portray, you want to find an aspect of yourself that matches with the character, if you can. Now, you know, if I was to play a serial killer, that might be a little more difficult, because I don't think that's in me. But that's what, you know, you try to find an aspect of yourself that mixes with the character. And one of the things that's important for an actor, I think voice actors as well as on-camera actors, is to have life experiences, you know, because life's about people, and acting is about people. And so, you know, there have been several aspects to my life. As I say, I grew up, my concept of myself was as a jock, as an athlete. I went to college on a football scholarship. I ended up being captain of my team. I had letters from NFL teams. But then I went to law school because of Vietnam. I was in ROTC, so I went to law school. So that's why I have a Juris Doctor degree. And I practiced for a while, criminal law, mostly in the military. I was in the Army, an Army JAG. But I did plays while I was there as well, which is, I think back now, how did I do that? And I didn't miss a curtain. But there were times where it came close. I remember I was stationed in Frankfurt, and I was down interviewing a client in Mannheim at the Stockade, and that was an hour, 100 miles away, but you know, you travel 100 miles an hour in Germany. But I almost missed that curtain, but I didn't. I made the curtain, but it was kind of a weird thing, because I was doing the acting, you know, acting in shows. I did Dracula. I played Dracula. There's Bell Book and Candles, Street Scene, Bad Seed. So I did a lot of shows while I was in Germany. So I was able to get a sense that that's what I wanted to do with my life. And so there was the intellectual aspect of, you know, going to law school and practicing law. The jock, you know, who was a football player, you know, any athlete, especially football players, you got to dig deep.
Yeah. You
got to dig deep within yourself to do what you have to do. And so it's, and you know, when I went to Hollywood, I did something else. I became a massage therapist. I took 120 hours at the Institute of Psychostructural Balancing in Santa Monica, so that I could do massage as well as the acting, so I could arrange my schedule. And of course, when you're touching someone, that's a very special relationship that you have. You're trying to heal and you have conversations. So that as an actor, whatever life experiences you have, you try to dig deep to find how you can make use of it when you're portraying a character, whether it's voiceover or on camera.
That's a journey. Literally, it makes sense. Like everything makes sense. Everything you say, like I'm kind of really moved.
No, it's true. Life's about people, and the more. And when I was raised, one of the concepts that my parents taught me was to ask questions and listen.
Yeah.
Ask questions and listen. And I was told that if I ask questions and listen, I will never be uncomfortable any place I go in the world.
Yeah.
You go to a party, you don't know a soul. If you ask questions and listen, you'll have a good time. How do you know the host? What do you do for a living? You have kids, you're married, just all those things. But in a certain way, we're in a talking existence now, civilization. The people are talking and talking over each other, and it's interesting to see because I was, as I say, I was raised to be a communicator, and my mother used to say, be an active listener. When you're talking, pay attention to your listeners, because you can tell when you've over-talked. Their eyes start wandering around, or they're looking down around the room and stuff. You figure, okay, close it down, because you lost your audience. You've been talking too much.
Those are the film. That's it. Well, we are going to have to run up on our time. I just wanted to ask one other thing before we get out of here. Now, you did talk about your group chat, which is really a millennial thing, because all the kids do with their group chat, if it's not trash talking or gossip, whatever it may be. But I do want to know one thing. Cowboy Bebop, again, you're going back to such an iconic anime, and the voice acting roles and how that job was done back then was a tedious job with the tape and everything. Are you at all envious of now how easy it is for the new voice actors to do on their digital and just not even have to roll the tape back, but just do it again. Just do it again.
Pro Tools to slide.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm still doing it, so I'm enjoying that too. But I remember, when I first started my career, we didn't have fax machines. So I told my granddaughter, I had to drive to the studio to pick up paper. She said, "Excuse me, Papa?" I said, "I had to drive to the studio to pick up paper because there was no way to send it to anybody."
Yeah.
She said, "You had to drive to pick up paper?" Yeah. And then when fax machines came, we were going, yes, yes, yes. So, yes, I think it's a wonderful thing. Now people you don't have to pick up and leave home. I grew up in Connecticut, leave home to go to Hollywood, not knowing a soul and saying, okay, I want to be an actor. How do I do this? People can do it from home now, on camera and voiceover.
That's
so
right.
I'm happy for young folks to be able to pursue their dream and still stay at home, sleep in their bed at home with their mom and dad. Because it's a big deal to just pick up and go to New York and go to Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for talking to us and everything you've done for over the years and still going and being here at Blerdcon 2019. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you later on this week.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you.
Right on.
And you mentioned Cowboy Bebop. We did that in 1998.
1998.
That's when we did the series, and I think a year or so later we did the movie.
Yeah.
And so it's been a while.
When you say 1998, I mean, it seems so long ago, but yet it still feels so new, so relevant.
Yeah.
It's because now in the digital era, you can just pop it right back in. You don't have to scavenge for the tapes all throughout the week.
I mean, everything is there. Stuff I did in 1976 is out there on old TV shows and things.
Thank you so much.